another one of them driving videos. Well, I just picked up my dog's prescriptions, and luckily they let me pay part of it because they surprised me and actually gave us a month's supply instead of 10 days, which is actually really helpful because even though I made an appointment, now I get to cancel it because now we're good through like fucking mid-February. Or end of February even. Maybe, no, sorry, I'm thinking end of January, beginning of February. Because they gave us 240 pills, and that's quite a bit. So, Moosey kind of lucked out on that one. And so did us, because he doesn't really like new vets. So that's honestly pretty helpful. But yeah, so just heading back from Modesto. You know. Thought I'd talk about trigger finger because I just kind of through extensive Googling, like seriously it took me like weeks to figure this out, but I guess it's a thing called trigger finger, and I have it. Basically it means that my hands get stuck in certain positions, like as if I was pulling, say, a trigger or something, and it's funny because the main thing is that like I would realize my hands are numb, like at in the middle of the night. I have like severe hand pain where it literally wakes me up and I'll be like crying and shit. Like it's pretty bad. I'm not sure if there's a cop behind me, so I kind of ducked my phone. But like, oh my god, dude. But like literally fucking like I'll wake up in so much pain because my hand is literally out of socket, so I have to wake up and take my hand and either hit it against like my knee or my leg or the wall so it'll pop back into place. So what I learned is that that's actually called trigger finger, and it's most common for your hands to get stiff or pop out of your sheath thingies during the night, and that's why it hurts so much, you know? But it took me a long time. Like, I thought I was just tripping and that, like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's actually a thing, and it is closely related to carpal tunnel. They told me, back when I was an iron worker, so like almost 4 years ago, that if I kept doing what I was doing, I didn't get surgery, that, you know, the nerve would be damaged all the way up to my shoulder and I'd get worse symptoms. Well, I mean, at least I got, and they said that would happen within months, so I mean, at least I got some years out of it, but just dealing with the carpal tunnel part. But, yeah, so it's like full force. I mean, basically people with fucking arthritis get it, but since I already had carpal tunnel, it's funny as hell because like I kind of explained it in another video, but it's just like the two main groups that get it are construction workers and musicians, and I actually happen to be both, so it's just like, yay me. So I noticed when I use my hands more, like you know, my fingers more, like sometimes it's hard, but after a while it kind of warms up and it's fine. But like if I lift heavy stuff, you can feel like I sort of like the electricity and like the tendons like stretching and breaking and snapping off, and it's just like the weirdest fucking feeling you can imagine, or it's hard to describe. But when I finally found the whole trigger finger thing, it just made a lot of sense. And like it literally, I guess your tendon pops out of your sheath because it gets inflamed, and it says you get little nodules at the base of your fingers, and I have it on both my pinkies and on my right ring finger or whatever, and I guess it'll eventually go to all your hands, all your fingers. So I'm just not looking forward to that. It's said to ice it or heat it, but I don't really think either of those help. I've never found a relief for nerve pain, honestly. Like, nerve pain is the worst. It doesn't really go away. You can take as many painkillers or ibuprofen or Tylenol as you want, and it'll do nothing. It's just there. You just have to kind of live with it and ignore it, and it sucks. But yeah, so if you ever wake up and your fingers are fucking dislocated, there's a reason for it. You know, I was thinking, like, did my wife break my damn finger in my sleep? Like, was I snoring? Like, did I throw my hands against the wall? But I guess it just literally naturally just comes out of fucking its little sheath thingy, and it's so weird, and it hurts mentally to bend your finger back into place. It's just like a terrible, it's like, for me, like when you rub styrofoam together and you just want to die, you know, or you rub your hand across like paper. It's just like that really icky, cringy feeling, and I wish it upon no one. Well, maybe a few people, but you know, whatever.